Hey guys.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's been a while, and it is 57 degrees outside. It was foggy this morning with a low, I think, of 47, and I think in about two nights from now we're going to get back into the 30s again. That's kind of like our third phase in the 30s and lower. We hit what, 28 or 29 a couple weeks back. So we got to get, one little hard freeze and a couple little frosts. And I think some people in this area a few days ago said it hit like 30.1 or something. So I don't think it hit anywhere near that here. Maybe we're in a different microclimate. So we're at 82 subscribers today.
Whoa, yay.
So we don't know when this video is going to be uploaded.
Getting up there.
We have a video we've been trying to upload for about a week or more, and it aired out a few times, and it's at about 75%. If it doesn't air out, maybe tonight or tomorrow morning, that video will be online, although we're going to be reviewing it. It's got some sensitive content. Make sure everybody's on board with it, so it may not even come out. We still have another talk video behind that we haven't even attempted to upload yet. You remember, we got terrible internet. Are we looking into any ways of trying to fix our internet issues, our uploading issues?
Sorta, yes, I hope.
So there are two options, and I don't know which one's for us, if any. So T-Mobile has a 5G hotspot, that they sell, supposedly unlimited for $50 a month. And when we look online at the service area, it says, they don't service our area. But I've heard people say that if you go to the store, they'll sell you this 5G hotspot, and it's worked for several people. They say they stream 4 or 5, like video games and Netflix and all that stuff. But who knows how it works until, you try it. So that is probably the cheapest option, and the other option is
Starlink.
which is probably $600-700 up front, and it's not the cheapest internet. We have fiber lines just a couple 100 feet from us, but we can't access them because they're going to other places. They're servicing cell phone towers. But it's our internet and phone service that is doing it. Why can't they put them down these little side roads and give it to us? Gigabit,
Sucks. Just a little.
And DSL, I guess, every foot you're away from the main hub or service port or whatever you call it, you lose speed, you lose stability, you added line noise or whatever, and it's not a good service. It's better than dial-up. When we first got broadband here, before Natalie came, I think it was 1.5 megabit connections, which is, we couldn't do that now. I mean, we wouldn't be able to watch Netflix or anything, YouTube. We had, just maybe like online MP3s or something, where you stream these streaming music things, but nothing like, we're at 30 megabits per second. It's not a consistent, good upload. So we have to look at alternatives, and if our internet provider doesn't provide us with this gigabit, which they've been promising for years, the fiber optic internet, then we have to try to find something else. So, what's today's topic of discussion?
Raising kids with FA.
Friedreich Ataxia, which is a neuro...
So, I'm just going off of my own experience.
Let's pretend nobody has ever seen your channel and nobody knows that you're in a wheelchair, that you have this. What is FA? Short.
I think it's kind of obvious I'm in a wheelchair, but yeah.
People click on our videos, it's because YouTube, I guess, suggests videos for different content to different people. Some people will, click on it and and we've had some like dislikes and comments that were kind of rude, but it's probably because they do not have the full story. They're not looking at all of our
I
content.
think you always have it.
So FA is a neuromuscular disease similar to muscular dystrophy or multiple sclerosis. Blah, 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 blah. I got it close enough, I guess. MS, and it usually progresses fairly slow. Over a period of years. So you might walk, you might run, you might drive a vehicle, and then you slowly lose those abilities.
To do each thing.
So,
which is exactly how mine has progressed.
Yeah, so raising kids with FA.
It is.
Before you say it, this is probably going to be an ongoing discussion throughout the years because our kids are only, 5?
5 to 2.5.
So we have many years of discussions about raising kids with FA, but let's go for right now. What is your experiences?
It's hard. It's very hard.
I'm going to let you take the lead, and I'm going to try not to talk anymore because you really need to explain this because this is mostly your emotions, your desires, wants, as a mom or whatever. So take it away.
Okay, so as a mama, you do everything for your kids, basically. Or that's my experience of what a mama should be, because of my mom. That's how my mom was. So, and you nurture, nurturing is a huge part. And I'm very nurturing, I would say. So it's been very hard for me to kind of sit back and watch Dan do all the stuff that I think a mama should be doing. My definition of what
your definition,
a mama should be, yeah.
Diapers.
Yeah, so changing diapers, we've kind of videotaped it. Do you still have that?
Oh, I think I found it a few months ago. We would have to go back.
Because this would kind of be a good place to introduce that video.
I don't think there's any way we can put that video on this one because we'd have to dig so far and spend so much time doing it. But we'll do another video maybe of you getting...
Yeah, so when they were in diapers, it was... when I grew up babysitting my entire life. So I've changed so many diapers, it's not even funny. But when we had our kids, I've lost the ability to use my hands, really, to change the diaper. My hands work, but they don't work perfectly. So that's something I struggled with, which I'm sure most everyone is who cares? I would give anything not to change diapers, but I would give anything to change the diaper. You want to put your input in?
It's like there's a word for it, Just you said when we were at PT or whatever, you told the guy Saeed that you what's the term you used? You don't know how easy things were until you have to do them.
Oh,
and you
yeah,
can't do
and
them.
then
But there's a word for that, I guess, a better word or statement. I can't think of it right now though.
But you've been standing, that's what you're referring to when I said you don't realize.
Yeah, that somebody does all the time.
Yeah, like how much work goes into changing a diaper. Like, when they were little, I could lift their butts. And even though I couldn't, like, stick the tape on to the front of the diaper or whatever, like, I could still lift them. As they got older, I can't even lift them up, like, lift their butts up. Well, that's a huge part of changing a diaper, is lifting their butts up. And, like, even to this day, like, the older two are now potty trained, but, like, Junior the other day had pooping. And you were outside, and we couldn't get you. And I said, do I need to come wipe your butt? And he was like...
It's not funny, but it is. Just the way when you say it, it's funny, but the actual, yeah.
But he was like, the mop thing is here, so you can't get to me. You can't even get to here to try.
But both kids, if they really wanted you to wipe their butt, they would walk out towards you and bring you a napkin or toilet paper. And they've done that to me when I...
That's true. They just don't, like, mommy... shouldn't wipe their butt, which is weird.
It's a struggle for you if you wipe their butt go and washing your hands. People don't know how hard it is for you to do it and how long it takes to go set up the sink and wash your hands.
Right. Like, our sink is not something I can just get to, even though we've already had it readjusted. We still have to readjust it, which is taking forever, but that's all another topic. So, just things like that, or like them showering every night. Like, I'm anal retentive about it. I don't mind saying it. But they've been in school playing their germs everywhere. Like, they have to shower. At night when they come home, and we get in arguments all the time over this. But to me, that's very, very important. And even that, like, I can't go just turn on their water. I mean,
They can turn their own water on now, which
now
makes it easier for both of us. But
yes.
6 months ago, 8 months ago, I would come home worn out, tired, or whatever, and it's like I just want to go lay down. I can't do it though because I have so many responsibilities. But yeah, I kind of would back talk a little bit and say, "Can we just skip the bath tonight?"
So these are things like that have been a huge compromise, like in raising kids with FA and like between our relationship, because these are things I know that I should be responsibly doing as the mommy. It's kind of a mom's job to take care of the kids. But I can't do all of it. I mean, brushing their teeth. They do a fairly good job on it now that they're older, but...
And they all three of them climb on your chair now if they want on your lap. Or in the bed. You don't have to pick them up.
Yeah, but I don't have the, what do you call it? Coordination.
Oh, coordination.
To brush their teeth. Even though, like, they all three, like, I'm insistent upon them having, battery-operated toothbrushes. Just for the reason I know because I've had the dentist tell me that you get a better clean with a battery-operated toothbrush. You do a manual. So, for the reason I know that I can't physically sit there and brush their teeth. Daddy doesn't really need to do that like he did when they were younger, but now he doesn't need to do that on top of everything else he does. Um, and with all three of them, I have been pretty much insistent upon nursing because that was the one thing, the physical aspect that I could do. I could nurse. I nursed our oldest till he was 2. Second, our middle child, JJ, I nursed till 14 months. And then Jonathan, I had a little trouble with because they gave me a birth control shot. And it dried my milk up, so I could only nurse him to 4 months. But I still, and that was like a bonding thing between all of us too. Like, they look to me for food. Now, Jonathan has,
Daddy's boy.
yeah, totally daddy's boy. Like, only recently, because now he's like 2.5, almost 3, has he started like showing mommy affection. And like actually coming to mommy if he has boo-boo or that kind of thing. Like, he now is discerning the difference. But just like, it's very hard, very, very hard to sit by. And once you have to do everything. Like, I almost feel like an older sister.
Like a child yourself, right?
Yeah,
I'm
like at
taking
a
care
lot
of
of
you
times I feel like their older sister, not their mom.
and this is an issue probably with anybody, any interabled or interabled with kids, or I guess in some circumstances, some people that aren't rich or whatever in your condition or your whatever status. If they're like in the UK or something, they would have like care provided, a care team for the kids, a care team for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen here, so kids they put a lot of things on the floor, especially in their room, and all it takes is one object to block your wheelchair from not being able to go hang out with them or supervise them or whatever. So
Yeah.
let's try to tackle as many issues as you've experienced, concerns, issues, emotions. How big of an issue is things being in your way for your wheelchair and you not being able to pick it up?
Huge. I can't. Again, if they've put stuff all over the floor and they're in the bathroom, and let's think of it as like a safety issue. Like, if they turn the hot water up too high, well, I can't get in there. Like, that's huge for me. It kind of blocks me out of that part of their lives. Like,
As being a protector and
yeah.
a supervisor or whatever.
I mean,
And okay, so next is, do they listen to mama when,
not at all.
this goes back to you saying you feel like a sister, right?
Yeah.
Versus a mom.
Yeah, they don't. They
Well,
don't see
to be
me
clear,
as
they
an
hardly ever
authority.
listen to me either, but they treat you slightly
Yeah,
different.
but they know that you can get to them and you can punish them, whether it just be a threat or not. They know you can do it.
Yeah.
Like, to where...
I can grab them and put them in a timeout or whatever, and...
yeah, to me, like, all they gotta do is say, ha.
But yeah, Mama and JJ, the middle son, is the worst... we call him worst behaved of the bunch for both of us. And he hits you, right? If
he hit me the other day, smacked the crap out of me.
and we both tell him to not do something or to do something, and it's no, I'm not going to do that. But he will come and slap you or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he kicks and hits me a little bit, but he's always pushing his boundaries, I think, for everybody, and he knows that he can push you further.
Yeah.
So, here's an issue, which actually has nothing to do with FA. Never mind. Go ahead. Do you have any other? I was going to talk about books, but that's not really raising kids with FA, right?
Not really.
But you have problems when you got FA. You have eye issues, right? Too, where it makes it hard to focus on
yes.
reading a book to them. That's something you can't easily do, right?
Yes, I'm sure you guys have noticed my eyes. Jump, it's called, and I'm going to pronounce it wrong. No, I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Nystagmus. Something like that.
So her eyes will go left to right really fast. It's just for a quick second, and then they're normal, but sometimes they do it more than often. Is it a nerve response or something, or brain wave?
I honestly don't know.
And she just did it then. I don't know if you could see it on camera. Yep, she's doing it again right now.
And it makes my eyes kind of jump around.
So when your eyes are doing that, you can't focus. It's impossible to focus.
It's hard to focus, and I probably need to wear glasses. I know what I probably need to see an actual eye doctor for real.
And you can have 20/20 vision or close to it and still read or focus like somebody that is basically legally blind with this.
Yeah.
And you're still doing it again. Now people might see this on video. Hopefully they do. There it is. Yeah, if they focus in on this, they can see you doing that. Okay, anything else?
I think I have close to 20/20, actually.
Yeah.
But because of this, I am supposed to wear glasses, and even then it sometimes doesn't help.
So, I don't know. My oldest son asked me to read a book in the middle of the night to them last night. And, I feel bad because I read all the time stuff that I like, that I'm researching, or, stuff about things that, or for me and Natalie and I, we read stuff all the time, and we read reviews, read blah, blah, blah. But reading a storybook to me is boring, and I hate to feel that way because I know that maybe 20 years down the road, they're going to say, well, Daddy either read me this or he didn't, and he didn't take the time. So it's a frustration with me.
I feel bad because it's something I can't really do. I mean, if I really sit down and try in perfect lighting, like up in the wheelchair, but like when he came in last night and asked you to do that, we were already laid down in bed and there was not really any light in there, and so again, that kind of excludes me. Like, I don't know, Mommy doesn't get to physically do things like that.
We haven't even like really pushed the boundaries of like the physical issues affecting going places, especially like the forest, the mountains, going hiking on trails, which for the most part is impossible for you. And we have gotten to arguments and fights over the last 3 years, when I bring it up, what if I want to take my kids camping, in a tent, or go, see the mountains or whatever, go to the beach. And yes, they have beach chairs in some beach places, but it's something we haven't attempted. One day we're going to go to the beach. Well, I'm not saying
the beach is my thing. They don't get to go to the beach until I take them to the beach.
But like my mom just bought a property that there's no way she can access, and I don't know if there's any way she could access it even when they get it cleared out and a culvert and all put in, driveway, or if she would just have to unload and stay in one spot. It's a fishing spot. You see a canal and close to a lake and all. The kids, need to enjoy that kind of stuff. And what do you feel when somebody says, this place is not accessible?
Some of it I understand, but yes, it still hurts.
Yeah.
Or like even them like growing up and playing sports, like.
And we don't have like a group of friends that would help Natalie like carry her around the forest or in areas, and this is probably something she used to have, like some people that did that when she was in her teens. Like BJ's family, right? They would just put her on their shoulder and
on their backs,
put them on her back and just walk, carry her wherever they needed to get her, And you can do so much with a manual chair. You definitely can't do any off-road stuff in that chair she's in.
None at all.
And unfortunately, they quit making off-road tires for these chairs. So you would have to buy a wheelchair that's specific for ATV type, which means everything comes out of pocket. No insurance pays for it. So getting a beach chair or something, I don't know if that's an option for our area. I don't know. But we did when we first got together. We went to state parks, and I almost killed her a few times going up and down hills and potholes and getting stuck. And even when she was pregnant with our first kid, we had fun all the time until he was born. It kind of sucks that we aren't able to have that fun. And again, we are older. It's not as easy. Our parents, a lot of them have passed away or are older, and we don't have people we can rely on to babysit the kids so that me and mom can go out and have fun. We just don't really have fun as a couple, unfortunately. That's another topic for like an interabled topic we're going to do one day, interabled relationships. Was Dr. Phil right? When he said, interabled relationships end in 100% failure. You never know, but we'll talk about that one day.
How do you actually know, though? Because our relationship's not over.
Yeah. And there are people, able-bodied relationships that are get together for 30 years and then they get divorced. And, you never know until you die or go into a nursing home or whatever.
Back to raise kids with away.
All right, so we're close to our time limit. Anything else we need to talk about?
So it's very annoying, but as my friends told me, like, I struggled with postpartum with all three of them, and my big issue was not being able to physically do things. And I remember my one friend who is an OB nurse telling me that it's not all about what you can physically do. I'm there to teach them and to love them and be there for their boo-boos and that kind of thing. So I try to always... Now I'm gonna cry. I try to always hold on to that, and although it's very hard and I do struggle with a lot of things, I wouldn't change any of it for anything in the world. Like, I still love being a mommy.
All right. We're about at 30 minutes, and I know we're going to have a part 2, 3, 4 later because we're not going to be able to touch on everything. So I guess that's it.
Like this video and subscribe to my channel.
All right, take care, guys.